talented. They have weapons at every position. So just locking in, we knew we couldn't guard a single person individually. We'd have to play team defense. And I thought we did a really good job getting it done.
Spot when you're playing with Caitlin Clark and how much Lexi Hull has unlocked that for Indiana. On cue.
You know what's crazy? Angel Reese's coach just called Caitlin Clark a generational player. That's right, a rival coach is praising Clark. This isn't just any compliment. It's changing how we see the WNBA. But is she really that good? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Did you hear of something very crazy? Not only is Clark able to handle the pressure, but she is also increasing it for everyone else. Someone zapped her teammates. They're acting completely differently now. The point is, though, things weren't always easy. So what happened to elevate Clark's status in the WNBA from question mark to exclamation point? Some were doubtful about Clark when she initially played on the WNBA court. Can this collegiate sensation truly compete at a professional level? Could her spectacular games be replicated in the major leagues? The uncertainty was short-lived.
Confidence in every single person on this team, and I think everybody feels that. We have, people so supportive on the bench that when your number is called, when your name is called, and you have an opportunity to take advantage of that, that you have your entire team behind you.
Speeds into the paint, curls around, Hull connects. Lexi Hull have a day.
Clark's ascent to the WNBA level has been absolutely remarkable. It seems like she's been playing at a professional level for years. She acclimated so fast. While it takes time for most newcomers to settle in, Clark, there was no turning back for her once she got going. Now we may discuss her vision for the court. Before everybody else, Clark notices plays taking shape. She's so cunning that she can seemingly conjure up scoring chances. She seems to have some sort of extrasensory perception. As for her colleagues, they are enthralled. Consider Aaliyah Boston. She experiences a 12.5 point increase in her effective field goal percentage when she is on the court with Clark. Holy cow, it's as if Clark possesses a magical touch that elevates the spirits of others in her presence. The story gets increasingly stranger from here. So far this season, Clark and Boston have a combined 90 assists. No other WNBA combination has more than that. On the court, these two go together like peanut butter and jelly. What Clark is doing for the Fever is altering the game, and we can talk about it now. The offensive of the team was, shall we say, not exactly blazing before she arrived. But right now, feels like I'm witnessing an entirely different squad. The offensive approach of the Fever has been revolutionized by Clark thanks to his exceptional defensive reading and lightning-fast decision-making.
Here's Geeter, brings her team within 10. If you're just tuning in, folks, the top-seeded Cardinal have been pushed all game long.
Lexi Hull has come in and made a huge difference in this game. 6 for 7 from 3.
At this point in time, every single player on the floor can score. In order to be effective, defenders must keep an eye on every single player. This rookie sensation is doing more than simply racking up outstanding statistics. The whole squad is benefiting from her. Clark has been instrumental in getting the Fever back into the playoffs after a long absence. What truly distinguishes Clark, though, is her capacity to remain composed under duress. When compared to collegiate basketball, the WNBA is far more physical, fierce, and rapid. The pressure is too much for some inexperienced players, certainly not Clark. To the contrary, she flourishes in it. The leadership is impressive, but Clark is really making a difference in the WNBA by altering the game's rules. Envision a player who is so exceptional that she is changing the rules of the game, not just the records. And it's all down to one exceptional talent, and Clark's passing game is something we should discuss. As if it were second nature, this rookie is distributing assists. This is league-leading assist average, folks. 8.3 per game. Any athlete would consider that exceptional. Not only a rookie, but the figures aren't the only thing to consider. Clark is improving her teammates in this way. Consider Aaliyah Boston. Her field goal percentage increases by 12.5 points when Clark is on the court alongside her. It's as if you suddenly become an all-star after being a decent player.
On runs within the game, that's confidence too. So I think you're just seeing our confidence grow at a different level than it was at the beginning of the season. I think that's what's been motivating us the most, honestly.
Slings it over to Hull, wide open 3. She got it.
Also, Boston and Clark have teamed up for 90 assists so far in the season. No other WNBA combination has more than that. When these two play together, it's like having a secret code. A single player isn't the only one Clark has an effect on. A complete overhaul of the Fever attack has taken place. Defensive units could concentrate on limiting the movement of 1 or 2 players prior to Clark's arrival. Right now, you can't take any player off the court. Clark has the other team playing a game of whack-a-mole. They have no idea who will score next. Do you require evidence? Seen here is Lexi Hull. Her 22 points represent a new career high, and you can know that many of them were assisted by Clark. Clark is doing more than boosting her own stats. She's also elevating the careers of her colleagues. We can take a step back and examine Clark's actions in the context of the entire league now. The average number of fans that attend WNBA games is led by the Indiana Fever. Compared to earlier seasons, that is a huge change. And guess who's to blame? As promised, here is Clark. An all-star game for the 2024 WNBA, a record breaker. You might be wondering who the star attraction was. Fans are paying more attention to the league than ever before thanks to Clark's thrilling playstyle. More than just highlight real stuff, those long three-pointers and no-look passes are winning over a ton of new fans. Not only that, but others are taking note as well. Even Clark's opponents' coaches can't help but compliment him. Generational player was the description given to Clark by Kim Mulkey, who has seen her share of talented people. You know you're making a splash when your rivals start hyping you up. Did you hear of something very crazy?
It's your night, and it's been all Lexi Hull.
2 of you have something special brewing. How did you get that three-point groove going, Lexi? I got to my spot, so she can find anyone pretty much anywhere. So
Despite Clark's dominance during the regular season, a new ball game has begun. The playoffs are the arena where legends are made, and the world is watching to witness if the rookie phenom can maintain her enchantment when the pressure is on. Big game experience is a hidden weapon that Clark possesses. 2 years in a row, she has reached the finals of the NCAA tournament. She may have a significant advantage in the WNBA playoffs if she can handle that amount of pressure. Clark has been through it all, so he won't crumble under the pressure that other rookies may. The WNBA playoffs, however, are an entirely different animal. As the game progresses, the margin for error grows wider, and each possession becomes more important. Is Clark able to withstand the heat? According to her college coach, that's the case. Even while everyone else is going crazy, she manages to keep her calm and unleash her killing instinct. What Clark brings to the table might make the Fever a serious postseason danger, so let's talk about that now. Okay, let's start with her long-range shooting. It puts a tremendous strain on the defense when Clark is on fire from downtown. All of a sudden, her teammates have more room to maneuver. That additional room to maneuver might mean the difference between a basket and a turnover in the playoffs when opponents are locked in. But her goals aren't the only thing that matters. Cirque.
Confidence, staying aggressive, that's what I tell myself, but I thought they played really good defense to start on us, and then when we kind of got into a flow and played a little bit more in transition, we were a lot more successful, and obviously Lex was amazing. I don't know.
T. Mitchell with 9, leads all scorers. Here's Boston. Off to Hull, her 3 is good.
Clark's passing ability is absolutely top-notch. Sees the open player at all times like a hawk with a hawk's eye view. A game changer in the playoffs when opponents are on high alert could be Clark's ability to set up her teammates for high-quality shots. Leadership should also be considered. The postseason is a nail-biter. The stakes are always high, as if it were your last game. A team leader who can maintain composure and concentration is invaluable at times like these. Clark has what many call it factor. As a floor general, she goes beyond being a mere player. Her colleagues seek her advice when times go tough. The intriguing part begins here. The Fever are considered underdogs heading into the playoffs. It is not intended for them to go deep. However, that is the same reason why they pose such a threat. They are determined and have nothing to lose under Clark's leadership. What does the saying go about cornered animals? Envision this: the Fever, captained by the incredible rookie Caitlin Clark, embarking on a miraculous journey to the playoffs, taking the top seeds by storm and surprising the basketball world. In fact, it's within the realm of possibilities, thanks to Clark's exceptional mix of skills. Regardless of the outcome, Clark has an opportunity to solidify her position as a genuine game changer in these playoffs. She has the potential to become the next WNBA great if she can step up her game and help the Fever pull off some surprising victories.